Hey guys, Larry here, and this is going to be a little kind of a different video, but it's a fun thing. I wanted you guys to come along while I progress on this or process on this or whatever the hell the word is, but that's beside the point. Of course, you guys know how much of a nerd I am for Transformers and probably Star Wars and Marvel and Godzilla, but there's one thing I really like, and I'm a big fan of it. It's Final Fantasy VII stuff. Now, I don't really talk too much about it because this is kind of a newer love for me. It's been a thing for a few years now, especially last year. It really ramped up with the remake. But I very much like Final Fantasy VII stuff. I've never beaten the original game, but I do own it, the original PlayStation 1 game. I also have it on the Switch, and I think I own it on Steam too. But I own a few copies of the original game, and of course I do have the remake. I did beat this, but since it's not the full game, it's complicated. But either way, I love Final Fantasy VII stuff. In Smash Brothers, Cloud Strife is one of my mains, whether it's on the Wii U, the 3DS, or the Switch version. And I'm afraid to admit, Aerith was my phone wallpaper for a few months. That's beside the point. Point is there's always been one thing I've always wanted to own in my life, but I've never could afford it, if you know what I mean. It's a very hard and crafty thing to buy. It's something that the main character always wields. It's the Buster Sword, and I love it. I think it's a cool little design. I think it's such a rad thing. It's something I've always wanted, but I've always been to conventions and other places that make swords. I've seen people make the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda, and of course I have seen the Buster Sword being made, but like I said, it's always been a few $100s. Rightfully so. It makes a lot of sense why these things cost so much. However, something did come into my life recently. I went to a Ren fair recently, and I joked that day that this is going to be the day I finally buy a sword, and I meant like a normal sword, medieval sword. But I was just going around the whole place, and I noticed somebody have a wooden Buster Sword, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome, dude. How did you make that? How much did it cost you? He's like, oh, I bought it from a booth just over there. I ran over there. $45 later, here I am. So, the video is not me talking about, hey, look, I bought this thing. Obviously, this is really well made. I love this. If I had a way to shout these people out who made this thing, I would. But unfortunately, they didn't have a business card of any sort. But, nonetheless, this looks rad as hell, doesn't it? So, as much as I love this, I think I can make it a little bit better. So, this video is to really just show you guys the progress that I work on to make this a tiny bit better. So here's the key few things. Obviously, this thing needs to be painted up a little bit. A little bit. And also, this is not necessary, but I think it'd be a little fun. This thing is blunt. There is no sharp edge to this. Obviously, it makes sense. This is at an event where kids are, and they don't really want to sell sharp wood. If we can do it, I want to sharpen this thing up. Obviously, I don't expect to use this as an actual sword one day, but just a fun little thing to have. Also, there's some materia slots, which I like that. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And I want to put some things in there to give it look like, you know, the materia like I have, what's the materia that you get in the beginning? Oh, well. Also, I'd like to have a leather hold on this. This was something one of my friends said, hey, it'd be cool if you had that. And I agree. I wish I could have like a little leather handles, what I was looking for. And then, of course, paint, because this thing definitely needs paint. And also just some other little things. There's like some holes here to put those like little bolts on. Either way. Alright, so I hope you guys come along with me on this adventure. Obviously, this is a whole video. I'm not going to release this in parts because that'd be stupid. Anyway, so let's get to work on this thing. Alright, I'm in my family garage. It's pretty big. So there's that. First thing we're going to do is try to make this blade a little sharp. Now, like I said, I'm not expecting to use this as an actual sword, and hell, I probably not be happy if this thing fell on me, but I just want it to be a little sharp, you know? Now, probably I should just be whittling this. I shouldn't be just doing what I'm about to do. But I'm just gonna be sanding the shit out of it until it looks sharp, I guess. I'm wearing these sunglasses not because I'm cool, but because of eye protection, because I can't find any goggles around here. Oh well, so let's get started. So it's not super sharp. Obviously, it doesn't hurt when I do this, but I assume if I just whack something strong enough, it might hurt. It is definitely thinner now. The only problem is right here, it's not perfect. And then also, I just don't know how to get that edge perfect to get sharpened without extremely sanding this. But otherwise, I think all it's told. I dig that. I like how edgier that is now. Just like Cloud Strike. Alright, next up comes the fun part, in my opinion. Painting. I feel like this would be the next logical step because obviously the leather thing you could add after you paint and all these little rivet things I want to do after I paint. So yeah, what I'm going to basically do is at least try to get one side done. Paint. So basically I'm going to base it off of the remakes design, maybe some creative elements in there, because I looked at the box arts of both games and they're definitely two different kinds of swords, but I'm going to base it mostly on the remakes Buster Sword. I'm going to try to accomplish doing that gunmetal gray for literally most of the sword, and then use some silver paints that I have for the edge. I'm going to probably temporarily paint this brown or red or reddish brown and paint this in gunmetal or silver. I think maybe silver. Either way, let's get down to it. Okay, so this is what I got so far. It's kind of hard to see with like the lighting, but I got most of the gunmetal gray on there, and then the silver for the blade edge. I'm kind of proud of it, and then also some gray there and right there. Now I gotta be honest, I'm not finished with it, but I just wanted to show this. What I'm happy about is because this is wood, paint dries quicker because it's a different experience, because I normally like, I've been painting Transformers and make customs of that, and that takes thousands of hours to dry, so this is a relief to already just touch this. But either way, yeah. Alright, so while I was waiting for this to dry, I came up with an idea. like I said, there's these bolt things on the sword. And I thought I was going to go out and find some, like, bolts. But then I realized, how the hell do you get those in there? Inspiration struck me. I have a bunch of push pins. So I just sat there, and I've had some break on me. Like, you know, trying to remove it, and I use, like, a hammer when they're really stuck in the wall. And then I just finally realized that does the trick. Obviously, there's some modification to work on that. In fact, there's a little bit of metal sticking out. I don't know if it's hard to see or whatever, but I just kind of had that idea. And then there's already, like I said, 5 slots already inserted on this thing. So I would just say, I think it could work, and then obviously paint over it. Just saying. So basically, yeah, one of them cracked. So I think if I painted it enough, I can fill in that crack. But the idea is there, and I'm actually now looking at the video. That looks good. Obviously, this is gonna have to dry because it's plastic, but hey, it worked. Just a quick thing. I've been brushing on weather damage, kind of. It's not perfect. I accidentally drew a circle here, but otherwise, just grabbing up some silver paint, and very light silver paint. And I kind of like it. It gives it like a more realistic look. I'm going to try to work on some details because there's like some lines and patterns and such in the sword. So I'm going to try to give that a shot. So here we go. It's not perfect, but it's definitely got some marks. It's kind of hard to see with the light on, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm liking that. I'm digging it. Okay, so the materia. I had this funny little idea to just put marbles in it because materia is just big marbles in my opinion. So I went and I tried looking for the best thing to put in here. I wanted to go with a standard green. It was really the best I could do. So I can't find standard green in like small packs. I have to order them from like hundreds and like 50 pack, 100 pack on like Amazon or eBay, and I wasn't paying that much for all of it. So luckily, I went on Etsy and found the seller Beaker's World, and they had just a small 5-pack. Now these aren't perfect; they're not like see-through, but I feel like there are pictures online that kind of have like that weird swirl in them. So I think it was the word. And these are 25 millimeters, which is just a few hundredths off of an inch, and that's how big these holes are, is 1 inch. So hypothetically, this should just go right on in. That looks so cool. Whenever I first got this, before I even put the marbles in, well, no, before I painted this thing, they just would slide out, but now it's actually kind of hard to get them in there, especially this back one. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's the first one is easy. Come on. Whoop, 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 whoop. I guess that first hole's just really easy to go into. That second one was a nightmare, but hey! That's so awesome. I dig that. It has the material. That's beyond cool. That's so fucking awesome. Alright, so the next thing is the handle. So like I said, I want to go with leather. Give it a more accurate thing. I could have just literally painted this and then just, you know, tried painting it, but I wanted to go for the full thing. So let's get some leather. Oh yeah. Yeah. Alright, it's been 3 days. I filmed all that other stuff on a Friday. Now I'm filming this on a Monday. Sorry. So we got the leather, and now I'm wearing a more appropriate shirt. I bought this from Ripped Apparel. So really all we got left to do today, I mean, we've got everything, like the design, I mean, as best as I can get it, I guess. But we got basically everything. We just need this handle right here. I was also thinking about like some strap, like the little, some like, I don't know what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. There's like some metal strips on the sides, but I think they're good. And if later on I'll just like get some popsicle sticks or something. And that's the reason why I didn't do it, is because I don't have any popsicle sticks. Anyway, so we're taking care of the handle today, which I painted a little excess on both ends so that, like, you know, I can wrap that as whatever. So what I'm going to be doing is a trick I saw online by a YouTuber named G.I. Bow. And what it is, well, his thing is for bow handles, but I think it's the same principle. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be electric taping this like backwards, and then I'm going to be putting this back. And then just wrapping this around as best as I can, so here we go, I guess. Alright, so basically, this is the sticky end out, and it's sticky. I don't know why, now looking back on this, I don't know why I just didn't buy brown tape. But we're going for authentic. So really, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little edge here and then just wrap it around till I get my desired look. So here we go. Let's hope this works out. And we're done. This was a little troubling because I was trying to do exactly what the guy did in the video, but that didn't work out for me. So I just kind of started to actually, I don't know, doing this kind of number. It's not the most perfect job, but I dig it either way. And doing the method he did where it was tightly wrapped around, I don't feel any kind of like loosage anything. I don't feel like, you know, this is going to slip out. Maybe in time, it'll melt, but like, my God, this is great. I'm so happy about this. This is awesome. So we're done. We finally did it. We finished it up, and this is the outcome. I'm pretty happy about this. Pretty proud of myself. It's not, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's my little own spin of it. I think my most favorite thing about this is like the leather handle. And like it feels great. It feels great in your hands. And then also the materia slots and the materia I put in it. This is awesome, and I dig it a lot. I am looking at my shirt now, and I'm looking at some other things. And yeah, these lines aren't perfect at all. In fact, they're a lot thicker than I want them to be, like these lines right here. But I'll just say they're little scrapes and damages over time. And I am looking. There is supposed to be like some extra material here and here, like some extra railing or something. I don't know what exactly to call it, but like this makes me feel powerful. That's all I gotta say, and I'm really happy, and I'm glad if you guys came to watch this video. If you did, thank you a lot. looking at this now, I kind of want to announce this. Not like a big announcement, but like, I feel like now this gives me enough want to like lose a lot of weight and gain quite a bit of muscle. So maybe next year at a convention or the year after, I can finally cosplay as Cloud and have this. This is beyond cool. I dig this a lot. My only problem now is I don't really have a place to store this thing. I didn't think about that when I bought it. I just saw it and I was like, I want it. So now I got to figure out where to store this thing. But I dig it a lot, and this is awesome. In the description below, I'm going to put the video I was recommending about the leather. I'm going to put the Etsy shop where I got the materia marbles. I wish I could shout out the people who made this, really, because they definitely are they did half the work. They did a lot of the stuff I probably couldn't done. I wish I could shout them out. I wish I knew. I wish I had like a business card over theirs or something, but they are from Faire, so if I find out eventually, I'll put it in the description as well. But yeah, this is so awesome. I dig it a lot, and I love it, and I'm super proud of it. That's all I gotta say.